The images in the following program are highly sensitive and may be as disturbing to viewers as they were to us. However, we have to show the truth about animal cruelty. Cherished viewers, welcome to Animal World, our co-inhabitants, on Supreme Master Television. Today on Stop Animal Cruelty, we will examine the horrific practice of seal butchering. This profit-driven slaughter involves the killing of three main types of seals: the gray seal, the hooded seal, and the harp seal. Harp seal butchering is by far the largest annual massacre of wild mammals in the world. Between 2005 and 2009, more than 1 million harp seal pups were brutally murdered for their fur. With their large eyes and white fluffy coats, harp seals epitomize innocence and natural beauty. These beautiful mammals can live for up to 35 years and grow up to 1.9 meters in length. While swimming underwater, they are able to submerge themselves for 15 minutes at a time. Female harp seals can reproduce once a year and are deeply caring, protective mothers. Females normally gather in certain areas to give birth to their snow-white pups. During the spring, thousands can be seen crawling and wriggling on the ice. Harp seal butchering is conducted in two phases, the first of which begins in mid-March at the Gulf of St. Lawrence in Canada's Quebec province. The second occurs in April at what is called the Front, on ice floes north of the province of Newfoundland, Canada. What awaits the innocent, adorable harp seal pups each year defies belief. During the St. Lawrence killings, sealers use snowmobiles or trucks to reach the baby seals. In a blood-filled frenzy, the so-called hunters stun as many babies as possible and then place them in piles as they go on to search for more. The immensely brutal method of stunning involves hitting the babies over the head with wooden clubs or implements known as hackapicks, which are wooden clubs with sharp metal spikes mounted on one end. Another common method of stunning is kicking the young seals in the face. During this time, the pups that have been attacked experience severe, agonizing pain and utter bewilderment. Many of the innocent creatures have blood pouring from their noses and mouths as they flap around in a futile attempt to escape. The sealers finally return to savagely kill the infants by smashing and caving in their skulls with hackapicks. Next, Mr. Michael Alvarez-Toy, spokesperson for the Calgary Animal Rights Coalition in Canada, gives further details about this senseless cruelty.
Obviously, we're not talking about a hunt. This is not where there's any chance of these animals escaping. The slaughter takes place at the time when the adult seals come onto the ice and give birth to their babies. So they're at their most vulnerable and their most unlikely opportunity to escape the clutches of these human slaughterers, the murderers. You have the minimal number of regulations in place to try and promote this as being even remotely humane. Up until recently, the vast majority of killings took place with what's known as a hack-a-pick, a club with a hook at the end, where the so-called fisherman, hunter, would break the skull of each seal, and while they were still alive, start skinning them, dragging them across the ice floes. Those that had the misfortune, I suppose, of escaping with just an injury, of course, would wind up drowning. It is such a horrendous, inhumane, barbaric process that takes place.
The sealers' motive is pure greed, as they are paid per seal skinned. Thus their one and only goal is speedy killing. They rip the fur from the seals' tiny bodies by violently slicing open and skinning them with knives. A cut is made from the jaw to the bottom of the belly so that the coat can be pulled off. Often the baby seals are still alive and conscious during this horrific experience. Some try to escape, and others try to feebly paw away the knife, but to no avail. In 2001, an independent international veterinary panel conducted a study showing that 42% of harp seal pups were skinned while fully conscious. Here is John Carmody, a vegan and the founder and director of ARAN, Animal Rights Action Network Ireland. This is a vegan-based group working to end all forms of animal cruelty and to speak out for the rights of animals. The organization has an active campaign against seal butchering.
Babies just 13 and 14 days old are being skinned, often whilst fully conscious, choking on their own blood, and it's all just to supply an international fur trade.
The following is an eyewitness account of the brutality and violence involved in seal butchering by Rebecca Aldworth, Director of Humane Society International, Canada.
One scene today was truly devastating. We flew over an ice pan with 3 seal pups huddled together. These 3 seal pups obviously sense danger nearby. 2 of them are shot. One's just been hit. One's fallen into the water. The seal that's in the water is bleeding. It's visible from 1,000 feet in the air. The other seal, I think, has escaped without being shot. The seal that is on the ice that's been shot is writhing in agony. The seal pup in the water is still bleeding. Now a sealer has hooked the seal pup in the water through the flipper. On the ice, a sealer is clubbing the seal pup that was still conscious but wounded. The seal pup on the ice is being thrown into the boat, tossed like garbage onto other seal carcasses. The seal pup in the water is being hoisted on board the boat by the flipper and again tossed onto a pile of dead and dying seals. And what is really shocking here is that the sealer doesn't even stop to club this baby seal to ensure that the seal is dead. He doesn't check to see that she's unconscious. He just cuts her open from top to bottom, slices her open, and then the carcass of the other seal pup is thrown overboard.
When we return, we will have more about the brutal massacre of harp seal pups. This is Stop Animal Cruelty on Supreme Master Television.